Honourable George Hawkins.
Mr Chair, it's very interesting about this bill is the outrage and how some people have changed their minds on democracy. When the Labor Party got accused of changing things for Rodney, there was a real uproar about democracy. Where did it come from? ACT. ACT were the ones who were upset. ACT were the ones making the noise. But now they've changed their mind. They changed their mind on all sorts of things. I mean, we have a minister who picks on a mayor because he happens to water a tree at night during a drought. I mean, but, you know, you have this sort of situation where people change their mind. Now, almost 400,000 people are going to lose their right to have a vote at the October elections on ECANs. They're going to have to wait to perhaps 2013. And so we see that there are double standards all over the place. You can be against one thing and for another in the blink of an eye. You can take your partner overseas to travel the world for a family wedding, and at the same time you can take away the rights of people to elect their local regional council. Now, I think the public will see this quite clearly. We have a government that has lost its way when it said it would keep in touch with people. They haven't kept in touch with people. And this getting rid of an elected council, elected by the people of Canterbury, and replaced with some commissioners. Now, I've got to say, I have a lot of admiration for Dame Margaret Baisley. I think she'd do a wonderful job in that role. But that role should never have been needed. Canterbury has had their pollution problems. The Regional Council have got on top of that, sorted it out. Oh, they haven't sorted it out. They have made great steps. Well, that member there, she mightn't be cooperating. Maybe she's got a smoky home. Maybe she's got a place that she doesn't follow. But they have been making progress. And I think that's what the people of Canterbury want. You see, we have 375,000 people losing a major right in this bill. Now, this bill, part one of it, takes that away. And I sort of say to the members opposite, you cannot run roughshod. You've already done it to Auckland by not having a referendum at all, doing something in urgency, like this is an urgency again here, this bill. It seems to be becoming a bit of a habit. And Dr Smith well knows that when governments start ignoring the democratic rights of people, they start that slippery slide. The tide is turning, Dr Smith, it's slowly turning. It may be out there now, but all of a sudden he'll see that the tide comes rushing in. And it won't take 9 years to come rushing in. It won't take 6 years to come rushing in. In a mere 18 months or so, he will see that people are sick of such arrogance by a government that really doesn't care about people. Take them for granted. When you have such support, you can just turn around and thumb your nose. But you can't do it to a third of the population in Auckland and 370,000 people in Canterbury. Those people are wondering why they're losing their vote. And we haven't really heard, well, we see some of the national people squawking on the other side. And but those are the ones that will lose their seats They'll be the ones who lose their seats. They'll be so far down the list, they'll be gone.
Honourable